Hey guys, today we're going to be finishing up the final section of Mexico Becomes Independent. So that is Chapter 7, Lesson 3. Go ahead and open up your textbook. So your textbook can be located under the student portal. Then you go to McGraw Hill, click on that. And when you open that up, you need to click Launch. Then you need to click on the chapter, go to Chapter 7, click on the lessons, go to Lesson 3 and click go. All right. So, next thing you need to do is go ahead and open up your Google Drive. Okay. So, what you're going to do there is same thing. You can go to your student portal, go up to the top. You can find Google Drive right here. And when you open that up, it should open up and look something like this. All right. Next thing, you're going to make a Google form. Today, as you read Chapter 7, Lesson 3, you're going to create a quiz that is a self check quiz. So you're going to click New. And then when you click New, you're going to go to Google Forms. That's the purple section right here. Okay. Once you're on here, you're going to go ahead and name this with your first and last name. So I'm just going to put my last name. Well, my first name to you is Mr. My last name is Dunn. And then you're going to put down this is Chapter 7, Lesson 3, self self quiz. All right. So once you do that, you need to go in and click on the settings. Click settings, click on quizzes, click make this a quiz, and then save. All right. And the next thing we're going to do is create a bunch of questions. So, question down here, you're going to click on the option, it says add option. You're going to make 4 options for every single question. Go ahead and click required and then make sure this is multiple choice. It should be multiple choice already. And then we're going to duplicate this and you're going to make 10 questions. So make 10. You can count them out. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, these are all ready to go to be written in. So let's do the first one together. Going back to our textbook. Okay, so we're in here on Chapter 7, Lesson 3, the end of Spanish rule. Let me zoom in on this. Remember, you can have this read to you by clicking the headphones. I'm not going to do that right now. Let's do the first section right here together. All right, Mexico becomes a nation. In 1820, a rebellion began in Spain. Military leaders sought to force Spain's King Ferdinand to accept a constitution that limited royal powers. With Spain engulfed in civil war, Spain's leaders gave little attention to the concerns of the Mexican people. Clerics, or church leaders, and mestizos had been at the forefront of the Mexican struggle for independence. In time, however, criollos, or Mexicans of Spanish descent, also joined the revolution. In the fall of 1820, their leader, Agustin de Iturbide, took command of the Revolutionary Army. Then, in February 1821, Iturbide issued his plan to establish a Mexican empire. So that's a very quick introduction, and we're going to write down at least one question on here. We're going to talk more about Iturbide, so we're not going to focus on him on here. Instead, I'm going to ask a question of on here, what is a criollo? So that is my question, and then I need to go back and add in some answer choices. So in this case, I'm going to start with the correct answer, and I can see that right here. The correct answer is that a criollo is a Mexican of Spanish descent. That means that there's someone who was born in Mexico, but they have parents who are both originally from Spain, or both had parents who had their ancestors, grandparents, parents, etc., who were from Spain directly. So these were people who were kind of European and didn't really have any native Mexican blood. So in that case, I'm going to start off with the correct answer. A criollo is a Mexican of Spanish descent. Now I'm going to go in and put down some other incorrect answers. So in this case, I'm just going to copy from a previous question I made. Okay, but you're going to have to make these up as you go. All right, so here's my first question. Now, you can move around the question. So if you don't want the correct answer to be the first one, you can click on the side here and just be careful. Go over here and move it around wherever you want to. And then you need to put the answer key on here. So to do the answer, to put the correct answer, you go to the answer key down here. Click on that, and then you're going to click on the points. Give it 1 point. We don't need to add any more than that, just 1 point. And then you're going to click on the correct answer in this case. So it tells us it's a correct answer by putting a check mark there. Mexican of Spanish descent. Click done, and then now this question is ready to be answered by someone whenever you send it to them. Okay, so let's turn this in. So let's pretend like you are all finished. You've written down 10 questions. By the way, you're going to do 1 question for each of the red sections. So you see how this has a red heading at the top? You're going to do at least 1 question for that. You can do more if you want, but at least 1. So we did 1 question here. Now we have a new red section that starts here. And then on the next page, it continues. So right here would be continuing the last one. You can do 1 question on that. And then we would continue and do the same thing. So there are 7 of those sections. However, I want you to do 10. So go back, make sure that you are choosing from each section, choosing the most important information in order to create questions. You're going to have to choose that. That's part of the learning process, is you choosing what is the most important. All right, so 10 questions, 1 from each of the red sections. All right, so let's pretend like you've written all 10 questions. Now what you're going to do is go and turn this in. So go down and find the assignment under Spanish Colonial Era, Chapter 7, Lesson 3 quiz assignment. Click it open, view assignment, and then notice how there's nothing here like normal. So you actually have to add this in there. Notice how we're going to ignore this. I'm going to take that off, I think. But you're just going to add your form, click on Google Drive, and then you have to go in and find the one that you put, the one that you created. So in this case, it would be this one. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, I'm going to add that, and notice how, in this case, I don't have to click turn in yet, but whenever you're ready to turn in, you add your Google form, your quiz, and then you're going to click turn in, and that's going to turn it into me. Okay, now the other thing I want you to do is to go ahead and add a link as a comment on here. And the way you do that is by going up here to send. So go back to your quiz, the one that you've already completed, click send. Go to the little link in the section here, and then click copy. Copy, okay? You just need to copy it once. Go to class comments. You're going to paste that in there. So I do that by doing Control or CTRL-V. And then click the send button, and there it is. Okay, so now other people can go in and take this quiz. And you can see how well people do on the quiz. If you want to, you can even put a section on your quiz for people's names. You can have, other people put that in there.
Alexa, stop.
Okay, sorry. So my Alexa went off. All right, so you've turned it in. You've added the link up here. I just deleted mine. And now you're all finished. So there we go. All right, this is due today. If you don't finish it in class, then you have to do it as homework.